You niggas have a level of maturity that I have not been able to reach. Because if my girl told me, oh, back in high school, she done got a train ran on her, and you think I'm gonna be able to like digest that and be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. I just ain't got it in me. I have never been that mature a day in my fucking life. Cause like you tell me you did any crazy shit like that, I'm going to judge you. And I'm definitely gonna put you in a different category. Like you are definitely gonna get demoted immediately. So I'm gonna be trying to figure out like y'all dudes that be hearing these crazy shits about y'all girls or y'all wives and y'all stick beside them is insane.
Yeah, I'm with that, brother.
Men, can you handle a woman's past?
No.
She was very honest with you.
Jennifer,
What if your wife came out years later and told you some of the stuff she did in whatever when she was younger? Would you hold it past her even though you've been married for years?
How many years?
Yeah, it depends.
Two men can't dish the same. They can't take the same thing that they dish. So absolutely not. A man can have 15 million pussies, but a woman can have slept with 5 guys, and that's just the end of the world. For some reason, I just don't understand it. Because at the end of the day, asking about somebody's body count, I think, is a level of immaturity. And to add, it can't be verified anyway. So I can tell you that I only slept with one person or one other person other than you. Okay.
Would you date a man that said he used to be bi?
You said what?
Would you date a man that said he used to be bi?
No, because I'm not into that.
So that's a
We're not into women that got a crazy body count.
Sexuality and then someone's sexual partner. Those two are not synonymous. You can't compare those two same
men
things.
And women are not the same. You can't use the same. You can't use the same threshold to measure what we're
Hold on, what did he say?
Yeah,
that's a false.
What's
the question he had?
It can't be verified anyway. So I can tell you that I only slept with one person or one other person other than you. Okay.
Would you date a man that said he used to be bi?
You said what?
That's a good.
Would you date a man that said he used to be bi?
No, because I'm not into that.
So that's a
We're not into women that got a crazy body count.
Sexuality and then someone's sexual partner. Those two are not synonymous.
Okay, Jess, hold on. Stop the press. Wait a minute. You being disingenuous already. That's the same exact thing. Your sexuality and who you choose to lay down with and how many people you choose to lay down with. That's a choice. All of that is a choice. It's a choice that you made. If you choose to lay down with multiple men as a woman, understanding the fact that, because first you have to understand that men and women are not the same, regardless of how we are the same as far as human being wise. Homo sapiens, yes, we are the same. But when it comes to our biological makeup, our wiring frame of mind in our minds, how our body operates, how everything operates within us, it's totally different. We're not the same. No matter how you want to twist it, you can slice that cake whichever way. Guess what? That bitch still gonna be a cake. So you being disingenuous. That was a great example to illustrate the point, to ask her the question. And so therefore, again, she deflects. It's not the same. Yes, it is. Because you ask a man, if you are a woman, and the man tells you, listen, before I met you, I was getting bent over like a pretzel, reached back and spread and hump thrust by other men before I met you. Pause. I guarantee you, the overwhelming majority of women will be like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that. I guarantee you. Bent you over, spread you like a pretzel. They were like, yeah, man. They were spreading me like a pretzel. I was playing tonsil hockey with the schlong. Pause. That's what, if a man told you that, I guarantee you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm good on you, big dog. I'm good on you. I'm good on you. Because what women want to now that you know this information, now that the information's out there, first of all, the information is out there for you to make a decision, for you to make a choice and decide if you still want to be with this dude or not. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna say, yeah, I can't see, because now you can't take that picture out of your head. So now when this dude when this nigga try to boss you around, like, hey man, shut up, bitch. Who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck you talking to, dick sucker? Guess what? You ain't gonna take him serious. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna take him serious. You ain't gonna respect him for nothing. Every time he try to tell you to do something, you gonna have something to throw back into his face. Hey, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that video? He said, well, how did it go? How it go? He said, so you out here getting bent over by other men? Ain't nobody bending me over. Oh, so you doing the bending. Oh, so you doing the bending. See, look, that's exactly how y'all gonna look at him. That's exactly how y'all gonna look at him. And he gonna be looking back at you like, I'm just a man who like to have interactions with other men from time to time. Like, man, get the fuck out of my face. You lying. You know y'all wouldn't take him. You know you ain't gonna respect them after that. Don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me, dog.
You can't compare those two same
men
things.
and women are not the same. You can't use the same threshold to measure what we're talking about.
Yeah, Jess, we're not equal. We're not the same.
Nobody never said we were equal. My thing is, why harbor over something you can't verify anyway? You worried about the wrong shit.
I mean,
worried about how she treat you. How does she treat you?
Your argument right now is a false equivalent. You're saying if you found out your man slept with 100, most women don't care how many women.
No, women do care. Most women don't want no hoe.
Most women will still,
but that's not something we harbor over.
If they had the chance.
Women don't harbor over a man's body count. That's not something we harbor over, but we not. Oh yeah, my nigga.
Yeah, that's the difference. Y'all don't harp on it. We do. Because we see you like, man, this girl here had over 20 niggas, bro. She was getting buzzed down all kind of ways. 9 times out of 10, this nigga he didn't probably bust on the face a couple of times. Oh no. So now in his head, he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. We don't think the same. That right there in itself, she just defeated her own argument. She just defeated her own argument. Because we don't harp on it. Yeah, you're right. You don't harp on it because guess what? That's not of importance to you. It's of importance to us, though. It's of importance to us because we have a territorial mindset. We can't look at you and know that 20, 30 niggas done bust you down already. What? No. You sound like an idiot. Well, you need to learn how to type, idiot. Learn how to type. You were so quick to try to call somebody idiot. You can't even type properly. Use the proper punctuation. How about that? Arctic adjuster.
He had 150 bodies. We're not going around like that's a badge of honor. I mean, granted, if it was up to us, he wouldn't have that many bodies, but we don't get hung up over that. That don't mean we don't care.
No,
Jess,
but
you wouldn't date a guy.
Would you date a guy who went to jail?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Like,
would I date a guy who went to jail?
Yeah, or murdered somebody in his past?
No, personally, I wouldn't want to date a murder. One, I wouldn't want to date a felon. But there's a lot of different reasons why people go to jail.
You said you don't want to.
Well,
you said you wouldn't. You said you don't want to.
I wouldn't. I would not be with a felon. I would not marry a felon. I would not.
They wouldn't be with a hoe. That's the same.
Would you date a virgin?
You can't.
Yeah, would you date a virgin? That's
exactly.
Would I date a male virgin? Yes.
Yeah. You would?
Yeah, I would.
But we can't.
I don't believe that.
A woman.
Ask me.
I don't believe that at all.
Hello.
How you gonna ask me a question and then answer it for me when I gave y'all my answer?
Yeah, don't do that.
We do that the whole panel. You be like, oh, is this true? Yeah. No, it ain't. We all do it.
But I'm gonna say this, Jess. How how men treat sex is not how women treat sex. Like
Exactly.
women,
I disagree, Q, because women can be.
No, there are women nowadays that are acting like men, but that should not be the norm. But there's studies showing that the more body counts women have, the less they can emotionally connect. Men aren't the same like that. These men can go out and have 100 chicks, but if a woman has 100 bodies, that is going to affect her way worse than a man completely.
That's why.
I'm sorry. I don't think that women should be equal regarding sex or regarding body counts when it comes to men. I don't care how much a body count man has. As long as you ain't gay, you ain't suck some peen.
I care, Q. I
that's
care.
all I care. I'm just hoping you're not bi. I don't care how much body counts you got. Just make sure you clean. You ain't got no STDs. You ain't got no baby mama or kids anywhere. That's what.
But a man's body count also affects him in a relationship.
Not
like it does in a woman.
Yeah, it could.
Not like a woman.
Well, body count matters.
Jess, can I go in with you? I agree with you. Where you might say like it matters to me how much a guy has been with whomever in this world. That's fine. You're entitled to that. But I promise you, we don't look at it the same way that y'all do, and you probably are the minority. So we don't argue for the minority. We have to argue for the majority.
That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that people are worried about. Okay, what you're saying could be true, right? We're gonna just say what you're saying is true. Cool. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is why harbor over some shit that you can't confirm? You can't confirm it. So why are we even having a conversation about it?
What you mean you can't confirm it? Oh, we can confirm it for sure. We can pay attention to the way that you dress, the way that you behave, the way that you everything, the way that you respond to certain questions. Hell, even if I ask you how many people have you dated? How many people have you dated? How long was those relationships? What happened in those relationships? What did you do wrong in the relationships? Oh, guarantee you we can figure it out really quick. We can figure it out really quick.
About it.
I mean, nobody has answered the question. You said
we just rounded up to the nearest number,
and that's all we tackling right now. Is that
that's it.
I don't think men can. Okay, to answer the question, I don't think men can. They don't want to know that you've been bust down with two niggas at the same time. They don't want to know you've been in threesomes in college and now you want to hold out. I was watching a show and the girl was holding out her coochie till marriage, but then she was telling me, I had one night stands a long time ago, and she said it was a year ago. You had one.
And my thing is,
a year ago, and
women
you want to marry this guy holding out till marriage. Make that make sense. Like
women, keep your information to yourself. Some stuff you might have to take to the grave. Keep it to yourself. My thing is, as a woman, why are you even talking about previous sexual partners or experiences you had with your man anyway?
So you basically just saying you just telling them to lie. Jess, you telling them to lie. That's what you saying. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. Keep all that shit to yourself. Take it to the grave. Oh, so you lying now. You holding back information. Oh, okay. Oh, I know you lying to me.
Hey, hold on. If a man sucks some dick, would you want him to not tell you?
Does body
a man sucking another man's dick is never gonna be equivalent to a woman having 5 sexual partners?
No.
You got a preference, Jess.
You tell women to hold their past and keep it a secret, and then these.
I'm not saying hold your past. My thing is don't go around like this. Y'all didn't have me a threesome. Y'all didn't have me some dangling. Like who gonna go around doing all that? My thing is why even have that conversation? Period. Because my thing is I'm with you. Why we talking about what I did with Pookie or John?
All right, let me just say something. If I'm trying to meet somebody, I'm not gonna ever talk about what they had before. I'm trying to be the best dude.
Thank you, Shampoo, because that's what matters.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that.
I mean, to answer the question,
Shampoo. You wanted Shampoo. I like you, Shampoo. I do. I love your content. I love when you're on the Anton Daniels channel, bro. You be talking your shit. However, big dog, that shit that you talking right now is crazy. Yes, I want to know. I want to know how many niggas was busting you down. I do. But I don't want to know. But here's the thing, though. I'm asking you the questions. I want to see if you're going to be honest with me. I want to know if you're going to be honest with me or not. I then can make my own decision. You allow me to make my own decision if I decide I want to continue to keep fucking with you or not. But mind you, I can look at everything that you already done. I've already scoped the scene. I've already observed everything about you. I just want to see if your answer is going to align with my judgment that I've already placed upon you already, from the way that you behave, the way that you maneuver, the way that you present yourself, all of that shit. I just want to see if you're going to be honest about it.
I don't think men should even ask. I mean, if you don't pick up on shit, then you probably don't need to know, and you just
lying.
You should just be with the woman that makes you happy. But like,
right?
Fuck that. Ask the question. Ask it. Make it uncomfortable. You need to have uncomfortable conversation. We need to stop tiptoeing around conversation. Hey man, how many dudes you done had sex with? How many? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I don't want to get into a situation where now all of a sudden we rocking with each other, we liking each other, then come to find out you just had a threesome 2 weeks ago. Man, what? Nope. Ask the question. How many niggas? And be honest with me. How many have you had sex with? Oh, 3? I bet. Hey, we good. We good. Because most men, they'll take that. They'll take that as a dub. Like, all right, 3? And then if it aligns with what they already judged you with based off of what you displayed, hey, we in the game. We straight. That's a W for them. But if you say 10, 7 plus, woo. Woo.
I mean, it's elementary to say, be like, oh, hey, what's your body count? What's your
that's right. Hey, funny, that's I
don't think that's even happening in real life. Has anyone ever asked a woman how much body she got?
Men do ask that question. They do. They do.
There's some.
They do.
That's not how you operate that. That's not the way.
You gotta know who she slept with, bro. You can't.
I think if you plan on taking her super serious, you gotta know. You
can't embarrass me.
Not gonna know. 90% of women lie. They lie to their friends about who they sleep with, and they're definitely lying to the man that's interested in them. I don't know one girl that was honest about their body count, even to their home.
I believe that.
Yeah, so my thing is, it can't be verified. Why?
Here's the thing.
So you round it up by like the nearest 10.
Here's the thing. It depends on the role. Every woman, if she just for the moment,
my boy, space was good with you, big dog.
It probably don't matter unless she got something. But let's assume that we not gonna add in the factor of a chick having something or diseases or STDs or whatever. Let's take that out of it. If she's just for the moment, or y'all just messing around, or you ain't seeing nothing serious in her, that I understand. Yup, it really don't matter. You ain't really having that conversation. If you getting serious with her, and it's something that you plan on being with, and y'all might move in together, you gotta know. You gotta know. And I think that even when you just factor in the safety
you in the house
part of it, like it's reasonable to know, okay, listen, this is how many people you've been with, this is what your lifestyle was, all of that. Your sexual history is absolutely important. Like, you should not buy, if you lease in a car, which is the equivalent of just messing with a chick for a moment, yeah, drive that bitch till the wheels go off. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to purchase it, this is something that you need as a reliable vehicle for a long time. You got to know the Carfax. I don't know nobody that buys a car.
So do y'all want to know? Because you want to know if she gonna cheat on you?
They just gonna listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
What's the okay? So then what? Help me understand.
You're not a good listener. You got to know the Carfax, because first of all, I don't need a lemon. Secondly, you're gonna embarrass me. All right. I don't know if y'all understand this, but men have to be respected, especially when you start to move up the ranks. You have to be respected. The worst thing you could ever do, and it's happened more often than not, the worst thing that you can ever do is lie to a guy, and then he finds out later because you get into a room and his homeboy like, hey, you fucking with her on that type tip? And then it translates into, all right, listen, you an outcast. Y'all can get away with that shit on some regular stuff, but if you start moving up and it's a nigga that got one up on you, or niggas is around and you fucked with him and I don't know about it, that's a problem. That's a major, major problem. First of all, it's a lack of respect. Secondly, you get.
Listen, I'll tell you this. There's Jess, and then there's this other chick that I ain't gonna say her name, but most of the people who watch the Hey Q show with Anton Daniels, there's this other chick. I ain't gonna say her name. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her to think that she gets visibility because I said her name. But but the other chick is worse than Jess. In Jess' case, sometimes she'll sit back and she'll listen at least. Even though she far on one side for sure. She is a full-blown feminist and she would not hold women accountable for nothing. She will not. She won't. And you will see a lot of it right now in this video. I guarantee it. She will point every finger she possibly can at the man. But this other chick though, it's another one. She ain't on this panel, but boy, she is something serious. And I'm like, dog, how are you like this?
You embarrassing me. And third, you lie. And I know y'all don't put y'all y'all keep trying to say it's the same thing, or y'all try to equate it or compare it to me.
But that's true though, Rob, bro. I agree with you. But that's what I'm saying though. So it's just like I've already scoped the scene. I've already observed this shit already, right? I done seen her. I know how she look. I see how she dressed. I see the people she hang around. It's like, all right. So now I'm gonna ask the question. I just want to see if she gonna lie. How many dudes you done been with? I done been with 2. You're barbecued. You're done. You're done. You're lying. I know you lying. You 100% lying. That's a fact. That's 100%. You lying. Out the door. I'm done. You ain't finna sit here and lie to me.
Man, it's not the same.
You gonna tell me
it's not the same, and it's a lack of respect. So if you just messing with her, that's one thing. If you're getting serious with her, it's important. It's very, very important. That's almost like as important as your health history. You gotta know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What is she gonna lie?
But your health history should be the main concern if you're a man with a high body count.
Jess, it's not the same, yo.
I'm saying your health should be in question as well if you have a high body count. Is that not a fair argument to say? If you slept with over 200 women, should I not be concerned that you have something or could have had something or have something you can't get rid of?
Yeah.
Jess, can I be real?
That is a fair argument. Y'all not going to gaslight me and say it's not.
Again,
no, we're not saying that it's not. It's just
okay. That was the only point I was trying to make.
You're loud and wrong. And here's why.
Loud, but not wrong.
Jess, listen, bro. It's something else, boy.
You're loud and wrong, and here's why. The truth is what we're seeking so we can make an informed decision. And I don't know why y'all think that it's okay to lie. If you ask a guy and he slept with 200 chicks and he say, yeah, I probably slept with 200 chicks. What he's done is he's empowered you to make a decision of whether or not you still want to be with him. But either way, he's been honest. It's not just about the body count. It's about the respect and the honesty. And so if he then asks you, you shouldn't lie just so you can still be with him. Because
majority of women do that though. These days, that's what they're doing.
And because you lack respect.
I gotta get Hannah on the show.
And so because I asked you, I would like to know the truth so I can make an informed decision for myself. And it's so hypocritical that y'all having this conversation right now because
Raw, where you at? Raw, I know you in here watching. Listen. You got to get Hannah for the Banter and Barter show. You got to get Hannah in there. Shit, you can get Rebecca too. You get Rebecca too. Get them for the show, bro.
Y'all don't sit here and say, no, guys should tell the truth. Guys should tell the truth about what they twins hit. When we say, all right, lie to that bitch so that you can fuck her.
Listen,
y'all
bro. Listen. Look, Anton's spoiling y'all, bro. Listen, we doing this. This is strategic work that we doing here, dog. It's strategic work. One thing at a time, fam. One thing at a time. Can't be calling me out like that, bro. Can't be calling me out like that. That's crazy.
Oh. But then when we ask y'all what's your sexual history and how many guys that you've been with and who you done been with, now for whatever reason you think that it's valid for y'all to be able to lie.
I'll get the print.
How does that make sense?
All on my head, bro.
You're not gonna get the honest answer from majority of women these days. I'm being real with you. At least
and that's cool. But I'm gonna ask you, and then I'm gonna mine out whether or not I believe you, and then that's gonna help me to determine of whether or not I want to keep you around. But you gotta ask the question if you're getting serious with a chick. If you getting serious with a chick, you have to ask the questions. Otherwise, if you think that she lying to you, go with your instincts and never believe that bitch.
Well, if you're trying to find out,
let her go.
If you're trying to find out, if her body count is 5, you just multiply it by 10, so it's 50. There you go.
What?
This
I don't know about all of
multiply.
that. All I'm saying is
maybe 2, but 10. Come
She
on.
has to say 0. She has to say 0 because 0 does not multiply into nothing.
Don't listen to him.
First of all, you can probably figure out whether or not she is a super promiscuous chick anyway. All right?
Yeah, you can tell by the way she acts. You can tell by the way she moves.
You can figure that out, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you compare and contrast from the conversation. And you don't want to just ask her just straight up. You kind of want to ease her into it. You want to make her comfortable. You want to create the environment that allows for her to be transparent. You probably could lead with some egregious shit yourself so that she'll feel more comfortable. Play the friend role. It's ways to really get a closer idea of how true it is and how true it's not. So you can play the game, right? But the goal is to get information so you can make an informed decision. But the fact that women feel like that's not a valid question for men to ask when they sit here telling us that men shouldn't lie to them so that they can make an informed decision of whether or not they want to fuck with them, that's so hypocritical to me. But it shows you that we dealing with creatures that don't think rationally, they think selfishly.
It's true. In the same way that your past matters, my future matters. The same way.
Okay. So the men on the panel, let me ask you this, right? Okay, you find out your woman been around the block. Okay, so then what? What you scared she gonna cheat on you? Like, okay, my thing is I feel like with Anton's example, yes, if we come and as a woman, I would want to know that too. If we're together and we go into a room and you feel like it's somebody in there that you have did some adult activities with, yeah, I feel like both parties should let each other know, like, hey, because us as women don't want to look stupid either. Okay, so wait, somebody say something.
No, go ahead.
Anyway, women don't want to look stupid. Women don't want to look stupid either.
I think a high body count woman is a high risk woman. This is higher risk. You're trying to
risk
mitigate
for
risk.
What though? You're not giving tangible examples.
For a relationship. It's for a relationship.
Yeah,
it's for a relationship. It's a higher risk for a relationship.
If you have slept with slept with guys, but you're not able to own the fact that you made the decision that you slept with guys, it says more about you than it does about the person that's asking the question.
Okay, so now we're saying the woman is owning it. Then what? Like,
how come you can't own it?
All right, then we're gonna make the decision whether we want to take you serious.
If you
or
do
not.
own it, now he can make a decision. You've empowered him to make a decision, and you've released yourself from the lie. So now you can be free.
Yeah, just
whatever decision that he makes, you should respect it.
Yeah, we don't want to go into a room where we know.
You should be able to respect his decision.
We don't either. I don't want to go into a room that a girl that had my dude, he ain't tell me, and she cackling in my face.
Saying that as though somebody is saying that he shouldn't tell you. Why?
Because y'all making it one-sided, like it's only on the woman.
One-sided. What is one-sided?
Yeah, it's not one-sided.
When you made the scenario and I say, yeah, it's okay for him to tell the truth. Why is it one? Where's the one sided?
Just want to make this a
versus?
Don't want to hold no women.
I'm not making it a versus, but this whole scenario, y'all have putting.
Just don't want to hold no women accountable. That's exactly what that is at the end of the day.
The whole blame on women and
nobody
not
put blame on anybody. We said it's respectful for you to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. Because
when did it? At what point did anybody blame anybody?
The whole panel. The whole panel. Women need to do this, or women this, or women that. Never like, oh, us as men, we should probably be better and do better. I have not heard that this whole panel.
But just don't.
That was been what women do.
Don't you feel like women, like even with our friends, we don't really hold each other accountable as much as men do?
No.
Men, I don't believe. Nope. I believe in both ways. I don't believe women hold women accountable, and I don't believe men hold men accountable. A man will sit there and watch another man cheat on his wife.
That's cap.
And won't say nothing about it.
Nah, not all.
And hold that man accountable. So at the end of the day, neither sex hold each other accountable.
No, yes, they do. Yes, they do. They will hold you accountable on the back end. They just may not do it in front of y'all. But he'll definitely hold them accountable on the back end. That's for sure. That's for sure. Now, hey, big dog, what you got going? Like, man, what you doing, bro? You got you a solid chick at home, man. What you doing all that shit for? Now you're gonna fuck up your whole situation. You got a good thing going. You got a good job. You make your money working. Y'all, you building, you growing. What you doing? What you doing all that for, dog? This ain't the time for that, dog. Don't fuck that shit. Don't fuck that shit up. Oh, they'll tell them that for sure.
I disagree.
See, women that are not promiscuous. See, now I'm starting to question you, Jess, because women that are not out here, they don't have any problems with this conversation.
It's not that, but I'm thinking
the only time that I've ever seen a woman try to turn it back on men and say, well, men are women that got something crazy in their past to hide.
Drive Time makes it easy to buy a car.
Yeah, already approved. That was easy.
Yep, and you can even customize your own.
That's not always the truth. I'm able to look at something objectively.
No,
and to make an opposing argument to something.
Because nobody has ever blamed the women for everything. We were talking about respect and honesty. But now, honestly, this is a red flag, because if you are so adamant about fighting against it, about fighting against transparency and truth,
that's not Anton. I'm not fighting. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I'm not fighting against that. My argument is, why does it even matter? It can't be verified. You're worried about.
What you mean? You got to. If you're gonna bring that person, if you're bringing that person into your life, you need to know the Carfax. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand what their past was like. You got to understand all that. When you go to a job, that's why they ask for your resume. They want to know what jobs you did. They want to know what type of experience you got. It goes with anything.
The wrong things. Worry about how that person is treating you.
So then why not just verify it? So why not just verify it and be straight up from the jump?
Because they're not going to tell the truth.
Yeah, they're not going to tell the truth, though, bro. They really not.
They're not going to tell the truth about it.
It don't matter how they treat you. She got a high body count.
So what you basically telling me is that all women are liars.
I'm not saying all women are liars, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's
if you
way
don't
bigger
tell
fish.
the truth about it, then how are you not a liar?
There are some women out there who will not tell the truth about their sexual history.
No, you said no woman is going to tell the truth about it. Hannah said no woman is going to tell the truth about it.
Well, I'm going to correct myself and say some women. I can't speak for all women, but there are some women out there who are not going to be honest.
You was being honest. You said no.
No, because Anton, there are women out there who have not been in the streets and have no problem telling the man their body count. So I will say some women.
No woman is going to tell the truth. That's what you said. Well, Hannah said Hannah says that she doesn't know a woman that has ever told the truth about that.
Well, how many women are actually getting this question to even
wait, there's men.
What you say, Courtney? It says, do you agree that this argument applies to men as well? In regards to what? In regards to the body count? I think I mean if that's the question that you're asking, I think that it can apply, expressing body count, and that it matters. Yeah, men, yeah. If men, yeah, why not? Men should tell them that yes, listen, I've been busting down a lot of chicks around here, 100%. But do I think that it holds the same weight for a woman that as it does a man? No, it don't. I don't think it does. Because 9 times out of 10, most women don't want a guy that's inexperienced or doesn't want a guy that other women don't want. For the most part. So I don't think it holds the same weight.
There's men out there that will tell a woman that they got a high body count to make themselves look good too. So there's men that lie on their dick too and say they got too many. I'm tired of all these women. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, that is also a thing. So I'm not saying, I'm not disagreeing with y'all and saying what y'all don't have valid points, but what I'm saying
because again, the ultimate thing is this. I want to make sure that I give you the option. I want to lay everything out on the forefront. I want to put everything out on the table so that way you can make a decision. You can make a decision. I told you everything was going on. I told you about the past. I told you everything that's going on in my life. I told you where I'm going, X, Y, and Z. Now you get to make the choice. It's on you. But I told you everything that you needed to know. You either with me or you're not. And so this is the same thing with the men. If that's why it's important when men say, "Hey man, how many dudes you done been with?" I want to know. This is not an insecurity thing. This is not me talking about, oh well, you just insecure, you ain't a real man. No, I am a real man because I understand that I'm going places. So I can't have a certain type of people around me or in my circle. And if I know that you're going to embarrass me or you're going to put me in a certain light that I don't want to be in, I need to remove you immediately. Exit door left. Exit door left. I need to get you out of here immediately. So yeah, it's very important. But I think what happens is a lot of these women who get triggered by this situation is because they have multiple bodies and they don't want to be honest about it because they understand that subconsciously that it's an embarrassing thing to know that she's a woman that has multiple bodies when she knows subconsciously that she shouldn't. She's embarrassed by it. And that's what happens because she know that brings down her value. Because if she really didn't care, she'd be like, yeah, I didn't have like 20, 30 bodies. So what? Subconsciously, they know. Now, whether they know that they know or know that they don't know, I mean, that just goes by person by person.
is that we're worried about the wrong things about something that can't, not for the most part, be verified.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't. That's what I'm saying. Women don't care about men's body count. You know what I'm saying? It don't hold the same weight. When we talk about it, you could tell a woman, yeah, man, I didn't had a lot of women in my past. They ain't gonna trip more times than not. That might turn her on because now she know that you experienced. She's like, ooh, he might know what he doing then. Women want a man that is experienced, and men want a woman that is in exactly. We are asymmetrical. We are asymmetrical. We have an asymmetrical attraction. We're not symmetrical at all. It's asymmetrical. Everything that a woman wants in a man don't want in a woman. Typically speaking. It's almost like the exact opposite. Everything that a woman wants in a man, the man wants the opposite of a woman. So, prime example. A woman wants a masculine man who is ambitious, who makes good money, who is strong, who is a provider and protector. Guess what? Everything that I just said, a man wants the opposite of that. What is the opposite of a masculine woman? A feminine woman. So he wants somebody that's going to take his leadership. He wants somebody that's going to add value to him. Why? Because guess what? You add value to him. Guess what? You are going to be the beneficiary of the success. You just have to play your part and play your role. You learn how to do that. You got a recipe for a good relationship. For the most part.
very, very, very,
we're asking them
very
about their
important
past.
subject.
Not as serious.
This is a
But
very
that's what they're talking about though. They're talking about relationships. If you're talking about just for play, hey, yeah, most men don't care. They're like, oh shit, cool. She just a bust down. I don't care about that. But if you care about the chick and you know what I'm saying, you really rock with it, you want her to be a part of your life type shit, yeah, you gonna care. You definitely gonna care. Opposites are supposed to attract. Yep. Yin yang.
Important thing to know before you move forward with a woman that you possibly gonna be with for the rest of your life. I don't know how y'all discount this. This is so important. How do you discount? How do you make this seem like this is irrelevant, and then build a whole relationship based off of a lie?
Nobody is saying that it's a lie, but the thing is it cannot be fact checked. You can't fact check somebody's body count.
Okay, question.
Right?
Yes. If a man you were getting to know asked you it, right? Asked you that question, would that disqualify him? Would that be like, okay, yeah, he asked me that question, even if you don't be like, hey, I'm not
asking the wrong question, Q.
No, it wasn't necessarily.
Because you know what she died.
Him.
You know what she died.
No, it wasn't.
When I forgot who asked it, somebody asked a phenomenal question. Might have been Teo. They framed this question beautifully. And if you ask a guy if he's ever actually been with another guy, you can't individually verify it, but do you believe that it's important for him to be honest and truthful about that?
You
will never be able to verify
apples to
it.
oranges. That's apples to oranges.
No, it's not. This is
not.
Apples to oranges? How? How? Hold, bro. What? Hold. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm tripping. Let me make sure I'm not tripping.
He died.
No, what?
When I forgot who asked it, somebody asked a phenomenal question. Might have been Teo. They framed this question beautifully. And if you ask a guy if he's ever actually been with another guy, you can't individually verify it, but do you believe that it's important for him to be honest and truthful about that? You will never be able to verify
apples to
it.
oranges. That's apples to oranges.
What?
It's not.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Asking somebody about their past, just like we asked them about how their upbringing is, how their family dynamics. That's what I'm like.
Hey, then we'll have to agree to disagree respectfully.
Let me ask you something, Jess.
This is crazy that we even said.
Let me ask you something, Jess. Are you single right now?
Huh? Who asked me that question?
Are you single?
I don't want to talk about that on here. So if you have another question, I'll answer that. But I would prefer not to talk about that on here.
Yeah. Why is that?
The point
I wanted to make was that because it doesn't seem to equate to you. It's like if I take a single man and a single woman, right? And I ask the man, well, how many people you dating or seeing right now? He would confidently tell me the number. If I ask the woman, how many people are you dating or seeing right now? She would try to put some nuance into the answer that she gives. She won't say I'm dating 5 niggas. She'll say I'm dating and going, but I'm seeing one person.
I mean, I guess I don't because she's being ladylike. She's being ladylike.
So at the end of the day, ask the question. At the end of the day, ask the motherfucking question. Fuck all that BS guilt shit, or they're trying to tell you that it's insecurity or real men. Don't worry about that. You lying to me. A man who cares about his future, a man who cares about his legacy, 100%, 110% cares. And we'll ask those questions. Especially if he's a man that's going somewhere in life. He's going to ask those questions. Those are hard questions that need to be asked. Regardless if you want to answer them or not. Nope. Answer the question. I need to know this. You know about me. You know the things. You know where I'm going, because guess what? You ask me what I do. What plans do I have? What's my 5 to 10 year plan? What's my 10 to 20 year plan? What are my goals? You know all of this shit. So now that you know that, so in your head, you should, if anything, you should already have selected yourself to be like, all right, am I gonna be able to rock with this kind of dude? Am I gonna be able to keep up? Am I a great fit for this dude? Because I know my past, I know I got X, Y, and Z bodies. That might not be good. He gonna be going to certain places. And I can't be the one that embarrasses him. I can't be the one they find out is a BOP 304. Now I'm embarrassing him. Because whether you like it or not, yes, you are an independent woman, but at the same time, you're tied to him. You're tied to his name. And your individual behavior in your past can affect that man's legacy because you are tied to him. Why do you think a lot of businesses, when certain crimes happen, companies instantly take their names away from that person or that sponsorship from that certain celebrity, whatever the case may be, because they don't want to be tied to that. Because when that situation happened with Shannon Sharp, Boost Mobile, and all those companies that were sponsoring them, they instantly took their names away from that shit because they didn't want to be tied to it. And it's the same way when it comes to relationships. If you got a background that's not conducive to the relationship and where this man is going, you gotta be smart enough to remove yourself. You got to be selfless in that aspect. Like, yeah, I don't think that's conducive. Cool, I can be selfish. I can just get mine and then move on by my life, but I don't want to put him or myself in that position. So I'm gonna remove myself. So if he asks you the question, answer it. And then give him now, if he asks you the question, then you give him the answer and he still want to rock with you, hey, cool. Then now the onus goes back on him and say, look, bro, you made that decision. You made the decision to be with her. So don't start crying about it now. You made that decision with her. That's on you. That ain't on her. You knew what she was. She laid it out on the table for you. You decided to still rock with her. That's on you. I ain't putting the onus on nobody else but you, big dog. So, and make sure you hate to send back the 2K. Send back the 2K or you'll be labeled the hypocrite you are. For real. I'm single and loving my peace. Do I date? No, I smash and pass. Lying fucks. Hey, well, shoot, there you go. If you smash and pass, do your thing. Smash and pass. Smash, pass, Dame dash, dine and dash. Lakers in 5. Oh, shit. Courtney says, I never had a man ask me that. They must didn't like me. Well, most men, here's the thing. A lot of people have been conditioned because a lot of women, they hear it a lot. A lot of men don't want to ask the question because some of them are afraid. I'll keep it a buck. A lot of men are afraid to ask that question because they don't want to get cursed out or they think that they're going to get embarrassed or whatever the case may be. They don't want to ask the question. Now, in some cases, some men just don't care. They probably just want to, do the do and call it a day. They don't care. But those who really care about their future and where their future goes, and they understand the importance of what it means to have somebody on your side and what it means that you need to choose the proper partner or the proper, I don't like using that word partner, but choosing the proper person, husband or wife, in order to build the proper legacy, then yeah, you gotta ask the hard questions. Fuck the what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, that bullshit ass, what's your love language type shit. Nah, fuck all that. We gotta get to the nitty-gritty. We gotta ask the hard questions. We gotta ask these hard questions. We gotta ask the nitty-gritty questions. The ones that's gonna make you a little bit uncomfortable, the one that's gonna make you do this in your seat when you're talking to them, like, shit, that shit kind of made me uncomfortable. You need them kind of questions. Or maybe they just knew it wasn't too many. I don't know. Some people can sense it. Some people can tell. They can tell. Look, there's a distinct difference between women who haven't had a lot of bodies versus a woman who has had a lot of bodies. There is a distinct difference. Now, I will say this, it is getting a little bit harder because a lot of these girls who haven't had a lot of bodies are hanging around these chicks who do have a lot of bodies. But like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So typically, if she ain't got him now, it's going to end up happening sooner or later. So you might as well either one of two things, get her right now and get her away from her friends, or just let her be to her own demise and call it a day. So one of the two things. But so yeah, so I want to get into this. I want to get into this next topic. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. If you haven't tapped into the Patreon, be sure to tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned in the comments as well. If you want to learn how to on the basic level, that's why I'm starting. I started on the basic level. I'm not going up to the highest level because a lot of people aren't ready for that. We are talking about just the basic level. So if you want to learn how to save your money the proper way and invest your money into the right place so your money can help you work for yourself, so you make it work for you while you're in your sleep, you want to tap into the Patreon and get the ebook called Earned While You Save. So this is why you still got your 9 to 5. You learn how to take a percentage out of your paycheck to put it into a certain account so your money can start working for you. Mind you, a third grader can understand this, so therefore you definitely can understand it too. Most people can read at an 8th grade level, so you should be able to understand this pretty easy, right? And get started immediately doing this. I'm telling you, it's very valuable. Also, if you are a YouTuber and you are under 1,000 subscribers, you want to learn how to get to 1,000 subscribers, I created a video of how to get from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in my Patreon as well. So you definitely want to go tap in. All right. So make sure you go tap into it, because YouTube is where we have the conversations. Patreon is where we move different. All right.